All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the broadcast. I'm Breaky CPK. You're tuning in to what's a Cast Me here. I'm looking forward to casting this one. Of course, Cast Me, where I cast random matches that you, the community, select for me to cast as a service that I'm providing here. You type ! Cast Me in chat if you like, or click on the link below if you're watching this on the YouTube video. Anyways, with that said, I'm looking forward to having fun with this match here. We got the Radiant versus the Dire. I'll call them Team Banana versus Team Strawberry. No, I don't. That just came out of nowhere. Anyways, let's go ahead and cover the lineups right here and take a look to see what we have in this fantastic game that's ahead of us. So we'll start on the Radiant side, of course, as a good old DC to kick things off here. But on the Radiant side, we got Hai playing the Nyx Assassin. We got Snickers, the one, the only Snickers. Fantastic candy, by the way. One of my top candies, up there with Twix and Reese's Pieces. Snickers playing the Centaur War Runner. Centaur's a fantastic hero. He really has been coming on strong in the competitive scene as of late. I feel like we've been seeing a lot more Centaur, and even with the Star Ladder this previous weekend. Anyways, the point is to see Centaur here. Looks like setting up to be even a farming Centaur in that one position, so that'll be fun to see how that works out. We got Mandark on the Warlock, Jonte on Pugna, and Clockwork being played by Eleonora. So kind of an interesting lineup right here as far as what they're going to be doing. Not exactly sure what the plan is going to be. Is this going to be a support Pugna? It looks like it is. Okay. I thought for a second we're going to see a mid Pugna, maybe a support Clockwork even. But no, they are going to be running the opposite there. They're going to support Pugna, and the Clockwork will be mid instead. So kind of interesting with that decision there. Is he going to be top, actually? Never mind. He's going to be top, so they're going to be off lane together. It's actually going to be Nyx Assassin in the middle lane. So, Pugna, Pugna's kind of an interesting hero. I haven't had the chance to really play him too much myself, or we don't really get the chance to see him in competitive play, but potential, no doubt. I mean, his ultimate of that life drain, especially if you manage to get an axe, is a very, very powerful ability, as you can just end up channeling it. He has some great nuke, of course, with the Nether Blast, Decrepify, funky ability, but definitely, if used appropriately, can be extra powerful, amping that damage. And you look at this lineup, overall it's a lot of magic damage. In fact, double edge on Centaur. Not going to lie, I just found this out recently, but that is actually magic itself. I kind of figured it would be all about physical damage, being just kind of the Centaur, this big Centaur with a big-ass axe. But no, he actually deals some magic damage with that double edge of his, and even the hoof stomp, for that matter. So he actually deals a good amount of magic damage, other than his right clicks and that return, I believe. Yeah, that return is physical. So the point is, Decrepify is actually going to be able to amp a good amount of damage here for this team. So we'll see how that works out overall. As far as the other side goes on the Dire, let's take a look at their lineups before too much goes on here. We got Alchemist being played by some Russian name here at the top lane. Not even going to try to remotely pronounce that. Zidnai. We'll go with Zidnai here at the end there. But anyways, Alchemist at the top lane, not something we see really at all. Usually he's going to be that mid-roll by himself, but heis being in the top lane, he's going to be leeching experience, getting his experience leached by, I should say, by Oracle, being played by Naki here. Naki, and Naki might be in a little bit of trouble. Another blast going to be whiffing, though. And so he'll be good. Acid spray put down. Obviously going to keep the two heroes off of him, though. So that'll be interesting to see how that matchup plays out there. I expect Alchemist overall to maybe have a decent time, but again, when you're sharing experience as an Alchemist, I feel like that can really kind of set the idea of the hero behind, and may not be necessarily the best value. But speaking of middle, Forbidden here, being played by Shadow Fiend, that is, being played by Forbidden here in the middle lane. That's more of the typical middle hero. He is going up against a little bit of an unorthodox Nyx Assassin, I assume. Shadow Fiend should have a decent time there, and the range versus melee simply going to have a good time, able to get those early souls and thus be powerful. But Nyx so far early on is actually managing his own and doing all right. Bottom lane, this is a tough lane, actually. In fact, Snickers is feeling the pain. He's trying to avoid giving up the first blood right here. I think he is going to be fine, but going up against what is an Underlord and a Lich. Lich being played by It's My Brain. Underlord, that's just full-on Russian, so not even going to remotely try that one right there. But anyways, both of these individually can be very difficult off-lane heroes to play against, very annoying more so. Now together, that's just extra, man. I mean, you got the Sacrifice from Lich being spammed, level 2 even, so lesser cooldown, and it's going to try to control that lane that much better. And then, of course, you got the Firestorm and the Pit of Malice when he eventually gets in. The last hitting capability of an Underlord, very powerful. So, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Underlord actually wins this bottom lane. And sure enough, yeah, we see right here, 11-7. Centaur only 4-1 currently. So, I don't know exactly what they're going to do. Maybe look to send the Pugna to the bottom lane. I think you could argue that. Just like Clockwork solo here at the top lane, he should be more than fine by himself. Typically an offlane hero, given the solo experience. And try to have Oracle come to the bottom lane to give Centaur some free farm, but or some more open farm at that. But not doing that, insisting on being at the top lane. So we'll see how that continues to work for them as Oracle. Going to spam that Fortune's End onto Clockwork right here. Kind of force him to run away. He'll be fine, but taking some good harassment. No more regen left on him, I don't think. Pugna actually has some tangos. Not sharing those tangos, though. Come on now. As a support, you should be sharing those tangos. Gotta keep your farming hero alive there. He'll pop the well, though, and come right back into the lane anyway. So another blast again, gonna somewhat whiff right there. It seems like Alchemist, though, he's having a fantastic time. 21-1 here at the top lane. As I said, the Cock's blocking him in. He's gonna throw the stun. He actually gets the stun earlier on Stable Concoction right there. He's going for the turret kill. The Fortune's End gonna be used, and yes, they get the first blood in favor of Alchemist, but at what cost right there? He goes down to the Nether Blast, connecting, and it ends up being a 1-for-1. So, I mean, actually, getting that turret kill effective is 2-for-1. This is big. The auto attack, yes, he gets it off. Chante with the double kill in the end. So, sure, they give up first blood, but you know what? They get the 2-for-1 exchange, so not too shabby in the end as Mandark, you're on that Warlock, Pit and Malice Root coming into play, so he gets delivered something right there. Going to be fine in the end, that Magic Wand use, as he walks away, so Underlord not able to chase him far enough, but good pressure coming out nonetheless. In fact, Snickers, yeah, he needs to be careful that the Frost Blast coming out right there. Going to force him off, and so he'll be fine. But, yeah, big kill on Alchemist at the top lane. That definitely good news here for the Radiant side. And speaking of the middle lane matchup, looks like the Shrines is going to be used here by Shadow Fiend. He'll line up, but Nyx Assassin really keeping up in this middle matchup here. He's got the Poor Man Shield with the bottle early on to go with that Quelling Blade. So a nice, solid mid-melee build here. As I say this, though, he's walking all the way back to base, so a little bit of downtime coming out. He's going to get those boots delivered midway, but yeah, he's giving Shadow Fiend a big opening right here. Not exactly sure why he's going all the way back to base, to be frank. I guess he simply wants to fill that bottle, but I mean, he had his Shrine ready to go. Bounty Rune's going to be coming up in 15 seconds. Seems a little odd. Maybe inefficient use of time. But anyways, he goes back to base. He's going to the top lane. Maybe this is why in the end. Okay, this makes a little more sense. Setting up a Vendetta play up here. Oh, on to the Alchemist. Alchemist kind of just hanging out nearby, but with the missing call on Nyx, I'm sure that's got to keep you guessing, and he should have been guessing a little bit better right there. He gets caught, so easy for us to say, but obviously a great setup there from Nyx. So ends up working out very well for the Nyx as far as that decision-making goes. And he's going to wrap around maybe to the top lane to even go for the Oracle up here. I mean, that could be possible. Oracle, by the way, a Blightstone picked up. Interesting. Can he land this Impale? He sees Alchemist coming in Stable Concoction. But no, he was actually the Magic Community. The Fate's Edict was applied to him. That was a miscue big time coming out right there. So he's actually fine. Didn't even take the stun, and he's just going to walk it off. So big misplay. Life Drain coming out meanwhile from Jonte and helps to take down Alchemist with no stun to go. They use their CC, and they're going to get killed again here at the top lane. That was definitely a bit of a misplay there, but at the same time, good job by Nyx Assassin sticking around and able to set all that up. So the 5-1 lead is real, and now this Alchemist is starting to fall a little bit behind here as far as what success he had earlier on in the game. In fact, is that a Pugna leading the net worth? That's a support Pugna, guys, and he's leading the net worth right now thanks to being 3-0-2 in this game. That is fun to see. Centaur bottom lane, meanwhile, he's running them down, man, down here, but not going to get any kills by any means, at least just. Another hoofstock coming in a couple seconds, though. He's not using that double edge too aggressively here. He does have the Shadow Word on him, going to heal him up. And Underlord going to run off Warlock here. And that will be the end of that, but just a lot of back and forth harassment coming out. Where's Shadow Fiend ending up? Looks like he came to the top lane and tried to make a play. He does have those power treads to go with the Ring of Aquila, but unable to set up any kind of kills up here. So we'll head back to the middle lane and try to keep that net worth up. So obviously Alchemist has once again taken over the top net worth, but the fact that Pugna's is still even staying up here is just phenomenal in favor here of the Radiant side, because, he gets the early Arcane Boots, and that Aether Lens is well in the works as well. In fact, if he just goes for the pattern, which is probably going to happen, he just about has about 100 gold away split up the boots, get the influence finish, which is a huge item on him. And speaking of being huge, Oracle being ran down right here, and there's that Nether Blast again. Another kill for this Pugna. Now Alchemist, I can't get it caught. The life drain taking him down as the open from Nyx Assassin, the Vendetta auto attack to finish the job. And then there's the Arcane Boots on top of that. So this clockwork routine, that was kind of not meant to connect right there because they have a clockwork. Anyways, but the point is that they're just kind of rinse and repeating, it feels like, at the top lane. So fantastic effort here by the Radiant side, now up 7-1 in this game. As far as really calming things down, if you're the Dire side, Shadow Fiend no doubt needs to get involved. Again, it seems like he's been roaming around a bit. Now he's headed towards the bottom lane. So this is a chance to make some plays. Warlock, oh, he's not level 6 just yet, or else we'll probably see the Rock coming out right here. He's going to be ran down. The Race is going to miss, but the Firestorm will finish the job. That awkward race at the end almost costing them the kill, but Underlord, he's on top of it. You also see Oracle coming down here, so all of a sudden 4 players appearing, and they're going to put pressure here on this bottom tower. So this should, I don't know if it's going to be a tower kill in full, but obviously pretty difficult team once they all come together to be stopping right here. Although ports are coming in, so clearly want to defend this. In fact, Pugna's here puts that Nether Ward down. And he's got his Nether Blast level 4 ready to go. A lot of damage from that. In fact, Unlord off to the side. They're going to catch him with it to Crabify. The life drain being used. An easy kill. The mega kill streak is successful for Pugna right here. Nyx Assassin, meanwhile, he's running and has that Vendetta. Going to open up with the auto attack. Gets the Impel into Shadow Fiend. Oracle is nearby. No Fortune's End, though. To save No False Promise for that matter. He did have Fortune's End. Wasn't going to save him, though. He goes down. The Chain Frost bouncing around. Meanwhile, Clockwork will end up falling to that. But at what cost is now Pugna now chasing down the Oracle. And yeah, he's dead. That's not going to save him in the end. The Fortune's End's like, or the False Promise, excuse me, just like, let me just delay this inevitable kill right here. And so he still goes down. Man, this Pugna 6-0-4, excuse me, Jonte. 6-0-4. He actually just goes the full Aether Lens on top of the Arcane Boots right here. So, you know, when you're farming like he is, despite being a support, I think that's just fine. Yeah, and especially if you transition into the Yags here as soon as possible. I mean, he is going to be a ridiculous 4 position. It's really almost like Clockwork is basically playing the 4 instead. And Pugna is more of that 3, more of the core hero here in this game. So they just cannot get their bearing straight. Again, this Dire side, unfortunately, the Shadow Blade being worked on by Shadow Fiend. As once again, Pugna's going to run back in. The life drain coming out. Nice job with the Fate's Edict. That at least will prevent that damage for the time being. So that is a good tool against. I haven't seen it too much just yet. As now Jonte just going to walk away, though, where he'll be fine. Not the fine, though, as Mandark has his Warlock Golem. Chaotic Offering, even. Kind of got funky right there. But he chooses not to use it. He ends up dying in the process. Stampede on out, though, and the rest of them will be surviving. As Snicker's going to port all the way over here. Curious positioning, but I guess, you know, they were kind of cutting them off. I mean, the first tower is still up. Not exactly sure what the game plan is here for the Dire side. They are diving early on, and here comes that turn. The big hook shot in from Elnora, and they get the turn kill onto the Shadow Fiend as well as the Oracle. As, yeah, they both will fall. Looks like the Requiem Souls did go off initially. I thought that was some dying, actually. But so Clockwork dies, but you know what? Just fine. Can they kill Underlord before? No. What? Oh, if they use the Rock. Man, if you use the Rock right there, that's a kill, and I think that's worth it, honestly, especially since you used the Dark Rift, which is a very long cooldown in itself. I think you use that Chaotic Offering to secure that kill, but it chooses not to, plays it safe, and they will deny the bottom tower in the process right here. And by the way, it looks like, you know what, screw the Axe. He wants to go a full-on solo kill build. Going to be going the Dagon here onto Pugna, so that'll be fun to see coming out and really just keep that momentum up. Alchemist top lane. Uh-oh, Nyx. Clockwork roaming him into very aggressive, hard to get away from heroes. Unstable Concoction, very mini stun though. And Alchemist, no way he's getting out of this one at the end. No support nearby, no tower here, really no vision he's working with. So already finding themselves in a very, very desperate spot. I mean, he's had a lot of free farm here these last couple of minutes because of what's been going on at the bottom lane. He does have the armlet, the soul ring here. Looks like he's building into a Shadow Blade as well. Interesting choice there to go along with the Shadow Fiend. But clearly being delayed even more, and Pugna continuing to lead the way with that farm. Speaking of that, though, Nyx Assassin also up. In fact, has a Hand of Midas now. which he just finished. So high E here.
Attack.
Going to amp that farm up. Also here that potentially we could see that Ag Scepter on, of course. Clockwork, the Blade Mail finish, so big items coming out. How about Centaur is really that one position of the team technically. I mean, his farm not the greatest, but you know what? He looks like he's going straight into the Blink Dagger. Really just trying to keep up with the activity of this team. And I like that choice. I mean, you could argue something like the Hooded Defiance earlier on in the game could potentially be pretty powerful, especially against this lineup here of the Dire side and for all the grouping up. So I almost want to say I maybe would have rather seen that, but in the end, having the Blink Dagger for that initiation, the follow-up even, is a powerful tool and really just going to keep the action going in their favor, it feels like. So that's what he's all about right here, middle lane. Oracle just simply trying to pick up some farm, but that's going to come at a cost for his life there. He just drops like it's hot to Crepify to slow down Lich. Meanwhile, the life gen drops to half-life immediately. The Blade Mail, not the Blade Mail, but the Spectre Carapace is not going to stun him. He'll pop the Shrine. Oh, barely stays alive with the Mana Drain, but he still needs to run right here. Another blast connects, but again, barely stays alive, but the Impale. Oh, no, that was a Shadow Word actually connecting. All right, doing enough dot damage for the kill. Meanwhile, Dark Rift in. Forbidden's like, screwed, I just got a Requiem of Souls right here. Can Underlord get here in time? They're going to get the turn call. Next Assassin, it looks like, out to the side. Here comes that Chaotic Offering, though, and Shadowfiend now running away, barely alive. Warlock wants to finish him, but it might end up killing himself in the process, and yeah, he's not going to be able to chase him down. Meanwhile, back here, looks like Lich going to be the only one dead so far on the Dire side. He's going to be coming up now, and they get Warlock in the end. So one of the first fights that actually works out in favor of the Dire here. That's finally got to feel good, and now you finish the Shadow Blade on a Shadow Fiend right here. So he's got his excellent tool of escape as well as initiating in. So that's good to see. And again, it looks like Alchemist was also working on his, and he just about has his as well. So, yeah, I mean, there's some key items coming out here, and it kind of goes back to the Centaur build a little bit. I mean, sure, he does have that Blink Dagger now, but they're really setting themselves up, being the Radiant side, to have to win this a little earlier on. I mean, Centaur, again, if he instead goes more of the beefier build, could become more of a, mid-game presence, perhaps, and grouping up where the team fights. But now they're really relying on, we just got to get these jumps and keep the action going, because there's no way they're winning this late game, this mid to late game especially, with that Alchemist and that Shadow Fiend going to continue to progress. It feels like with their lineup, they just don't have that as strong as late game presence. So, but that's what they're going to be trying to do here. As meanwhile, Nyx gets a pick onto, Nyx gets a pick on a Lich right there. And now they're going to try to pressure this middle tower. Nyx going up pretty far. Spike Carapace, though. Hook shot in the background, catches Shadow Fiend, but don't really have vision. They really need that vision as the host stop in the background, the Stampede activated, but not really the biggest follow-up again. So without detection, unable to secure kill on a Shadow Fiend. Oracle is picked off meanwhile. Yeah, that false promise on him ends up going down. What's going on over here? Oh, Alchemist going to be open on the Pugna. This is going to get big kill. Big bounty coming out as, yes, down goes Pugna finally. That Blade Mail trying to return the damage, but Alchemist, he's feeling pretty comfortable. The Cogs pushing him away. They get the kill on a Centaur, though. And another big fight in favor of the Dire side. So now you're seeing a case of all of a sudden the Radiant. This early lead that they had is starting to fall to pieces. A double kill for Shadow Fiend. And these cores are getting some hefty farm. What feels like out of nowhere. You have a Yasha into the Manta style coming up now next for Alchemist. And this middle tower now going to be pushed extra aggressively. So Nyx Assassin, he's going to go for a quick kill onto the Lich, but he can't even get it. And now he needs to run. The spiked Carapace will put a stun out. And it looks like he'll be fine in the end, but a very greedy decision nonetheless from Nyx Assassin there. As Alchemist, it's going to fall back. Oracle, oh boy, I don't know what he's thinking going up that far. Almost costing him his life. But he'll pop the heals on himself. Fate's Edict, the Searing Light, or Purifying Flames combo right there. As Underlord is caught, though. As that Blink Dagger initiation, the Spiked Carapace down, but that Chain Frost bounced a couple of times. Very greedy use there by Lich. Was hoping that they weren't going to be thinking too much. Unfortunately, they do. They spread out just in time. As Alchemist, though, he opens onto the Nyx Assassin, but now he's going to be turned on. Nether Blast combo with the hoof stop, and down he goes. You see Oracle coming in there last second. He had False Promise. He couldn't get it off in time, though. I also think he tried to heal him at the last second, but, yeah, just simply not in time. So Well played right there by the Radiant side, and that's obviously a big kill. Going to slow down that farm. That's really been starting to take off. You see the net worth charts. Him and Shadowfiend at 7,800 gold behind him now with the Dragonlance finished. So kind of bulking himself up. I really think a BKB could be very viable here for a Shadowfiend. Even the Alchemist, just BKB in general, this game is going to be a strong item hell on either side. So, yeah, I really think these cores here on the Dire side, a heavy priority on the BKB, could make a lot of sense. Underlord, meanwhile, interesting here. He picks up the early Vanguard, and a couple of Ring of Regens. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to expect to see with that. Maybe he's going to go kind of that beefy build, maybe his own Hooded Defiance right here, and so on. But yeah, very curious decisions here by Underlord coming out and get out of that shot. Meanwhile, missing to kill the top lane. And that's a big one again, because Alchemist going down yet again. Looks like the combo of Centaur and Nyx is enough damage to take him out. Meanwhile, over here, Clockwork, he needs to get away from the response as Oracle heals himself up. Wow, Oracle ended up going first item Dagon. Ugh, that's not good to see if you're at the Dire side. That's one of those moments where I was on their team, I'd be like, really, Oracle? Really? That Dagon ain't going to save you here, buddy. Speaking of that, Pugna's like, I'll Dagon you. And that he does. So it makes a lot more sense on the Pugna for several reasons. One, mainly because they've been have such a snowball of a lead earlier on, and Pugna's continued to be the top farmer on the team. But Pugna, actually, the synergy of the hero actually makes a lot of sense. You know, the Decrepify Dagon combo, of course, is a very, very strong one with a Nether Blast on top. You're dealing an insane amount of magic damage. So Oracle, on the other hand, not really that much synergy. You're more about playing a very defensive kind of game. Usually when you pick up an Oracle, you rarely want to pick up an Oracle to be the offensive hero. So another kill on an Oracle. Speaking of that, it's almost like the game is punishing him for going that Dagon right here. You see the Nether Ward, Lich trying to kill it. Unable to do that, though. We'll just have to walk away. So what seemed to be a bit of momentum picking up here for this Dire side. A little bit of sloppy item choices mixed with the Alchemist kind of dying a couple times. Is all of a sudden looking very good for the Radiant once again. In fact, speaking of that, we've had dips and dives this game. In the background, they're going to jump on Oracle again. They take him out 3 times in the last couple of minutes here. He has been dropped now. As Decrepify the hook shot, they want to make a play. The Cock's coming out. Do they have any kind of vision? I believe, yes, he is dusted, and that will be a kill on him as out comes the life drain. Snickers in the front line. So they also are going to get the tower on top, but that ended up being a great initiation coming out from the Radiant side right here. And now they're going to fall back and reset. Meanwhile, Alchemist still trying to finish that Manta style of his. Again, choosing to go the Shadow Blade over something like the Radiance build. This is already kind of a funky Alchemist from the beginning, though. He played at that top lane with the Oracle partner, so a little bit different than what we would usually expect to see. But Shadow Blade, it's an okay tool, I think, for, you know, with how active this Radiant side has been. It's a nice getaway ability, but if they're carrying Dust, which they definitely are now, obviously we saw the last time in our Clockwork, is it really going to be that powerful? So I don't know if it was necessarily the greatest choice in hindsight here for sure. As oh my God, Oracle, you're living life on the edge, buddy. I know you're in Fizz, but obviously your team has several Shadow Blades. You got to figure they have detection of some sorts. It's possible Sentry Wards down. As I'm seeing, there are no Sentry Wards here though, so it looks like he will end up being fine. But Clockwork going in. He's going for the kill on a Shadowfiend. Pops to Dust. In case the Shadow Blade comes out. Oracle is here. Going to get the false promise off. Yes, he can. Is it going to be enough? Probably not. Oracle just going to walk away. That should be a dead Shadowfiend. At least allowed to get off the Requiem of Souls. No, he doesn't even get that off. He might as well have casted it. Not sure why he chose to just try to run right there. There was no way he was living. I don't know if he got mini-stunned or what. Maybe he was getting mini-stunned by the battery assault. That's very possible. But, man, unfortunately, unable to make a play right there. He gets killed. And, again, they're going to kind of have to reset on the Dire side. This is a great catch, continue to be. You got the Nyx, you got the Blink Dagger Centaur, of course. You got the Hookshot Clockwork, which has been fantastic. It's just so difficult to evade these initiations here of the Radiant side. So, Centaur, by the way, he did finish out of Defiance, so he just goes a little bit different in order. Really made priority on the Blink Dagger, but now he has out of Defiance and going to use that Blink Dagger trying to catch Alchemist again. Turns around the unstable concoction, though. Meanwhile, the hook shot follow-up. And now Alchemist, he's going to be trapped in those cogs. Pops the chemical rage. Just screw it. I got to fight this. That's not going to work, though. The battery assault locked down, and then Pugna finishing him off with that Nether Blast. I got to play me some Pugna after this game, man. Pugna's seeming like a lot of fun here. As he's sitting on the level 1 Dagon, and now he is actually building the axe, by the way. And he almost has it. He's about 640 gold away or so from finishing an axe, which once again, that will make it so it makes it a toggable ability rather than the cooldown. And he could just turn it on and off. And, you know, also the idea you could also use it on allies is kind of interesting. That's not the axe effect, that's just simply normal, but, you know, healing up your allies. But that makes it, you know, having the axe that much more likable that you're going to be, likely that is, that you're going to be using it on allies to heal them up as you're maybe pushing into the base or resetting in team fights or whatnot. So, yeah, really just overall a great tool on Pugna. And, again, he just about has it now. Around 200 gold or so. He's going to pretty much have it to purchase as they're pushing this top lane in right here. So, ideally, before another big fight breaks out, he'll have that taken care of. Alchemist continues to be the top net worth. That's not surprising, but the fact that Shadow Fiend has really dropped down, that's what's got to hurt this dire side now. He's been sitting on the same 2 items for a while here, trying to finish a full-on Hurricane Pike, but not going to be happening. Talked about the idea of a BKB going to be pretty damn useful this game, but that's going to be a ways away. You see Nyx, by the way, his own Ags. He's been using that a couple times now. Mana burning. Oh, no, Stomp going to miss. Might as well just double edge right there, but they get the kill nonetheless on Oracle as the hookshot comes through. They also caught the Shadow Fiend again. However, this time they didn't have a dust ready. They got to make sure to have that. There comes the Chain Frost bouncing in the background, doing a bit of damage right here. There's the ward. Also reflected some good damage as well. The Requiem Assault goes off and down goes Centaur, but here comes the Chaotic Offering from Mandark now. Going for a couple of kills, but he's just by himself. They kill the Chaotic Offering immediately. The Dark Rift out just in time. Back to the well. And they will all survive. There's the axe now being delivered to Pugna. So, yeah, he didn't have it at the beginning of that fight. That could have been a big difference maker. There's the kill, though. The Nether Ward helping to finish him off right there. Really killing himself in the end. So, nice play on Oracle. He's going to be up very shortly, though. Very fast resurrection time, minus 20 seconds on that level 10 talent. So, yeah, he's up pretty much immediately. Does have that false promise ready to go. But, man, the damage on the Underlord is real. This Pugna just doing a lot of work. 13-1 and 10 is Jonte here on this Pugna. They're just going to keep trying to siege this top base. I mean, they've been here for a while now. Nyx, he's hiding in that axe. Uh-oh. I think they're going to go. Yeah, they're pissed off, though. They're probably like, you know, screw it. Let's just go all out on him, and they drop him like a tot. So, going to kill another ward on top of them for the nice 15 gold bounty. And finally, they will push them back. So, yeah, hanging around a little too long, perhaps, from the Radiant side, but are going to reset now. Minimal casualties. More Ags being delivered. Jeez. Is this going to be a full Ags team? I mean, it potentially could be, because Centaur's the only one that isn't working on it just yet, but obviously Ags and Centaur is very powerful. There's no reason why you wouldn't want it, in fact, in my opinion. So the fact he is going to be going a Vanguard here first, but I think you could argue just getting it into the Ags as soon as possible for him could potentially be a great pickup. But I know Warlock, yeah, he's working on his. Nyx obviously has his, and we see Clockwork getting his own as well. So only a 12-second cooldown now on this hookshot here. And finally, looks like Alchemist is going to be working on that BKB. Stress how important that is this game. Shadow Fiend. Again, no BKB in the works. He's kind of just chilling the well for the time being. He's going to get that mana up there, but going to be finishing at least that Hurricane Pike first. See this net worth chart again. It was diving there a little bit for the dire side. They started getting some momentum. Won that big fight like 4-1 exchange or 4-2 exchange on the middle lane. But then Alchemist died a couple times. Mixed with some interesting item choices, to say the least. Such as this one. And before you know it, it's back to a pretty solid lead again for the Radiant. Now, they haven't broke the base just yet, so, I mean, that is pretty key to note right here. They have not broke the base, so you still have a case for the dire side that they still have a good chance here because of their cores that they're looking at. Again, the BKB on Alchemist is going to be big. You have a mech onto Lich. Meanwhile, Oracle, guess what? He's caught again. Fate's Edict. kept trying to heal himself, but that battery assault pretty much makes it impossible. Here comes the Chain Frost. Oh, it bounces over to the neutrals. That's such an unlucky bounce right there for the Lich. That could have potentially been a lot of damage. Another blast, meanwhile, Forbidden. He's going to get the Reckoning Souls off, but really not even doing the most damage right there. Wasn't at max souls either, about 30 or so. And he's going to be dropped anyways. Turnaround double kill for the Pugna. And Oracle will be back up shortly again, but and they're going to start sieging now into the middle lane here. Even. Going to heal on up. Yeah, and a little surprised that Pugna isn't maybe healing up some of the teammates right here. Especially having that Ags now, but more and more about the offense here. Wants to save that mana pool. The hook shot, ooh, that's going to be a whiff. Alchemist, a very greedy decision to go in right here. He paused the mana style, but there's no chance he's living through that. He's dead for 50 seconds now. Definitely don't know what the plan was there from Alchemist. Oh, that was a overextension if I've ever seen one. Nice impulsive in the background, too. You see Oracle. He still has the false promise, but I don't blame him for wasting it there on the Alchemist. That was just a silly decision, but he goes down again. Down goes the Lich. And this is looking like the Radiant just truly breaking through now of the dire side. Just mistake after mistake, it feels like. Too many just adding up. So they're not going to be able to break through just yet. I mean, the tower is falling. But they keep wanting to go for some hero kills. And they're going to go for that yet again on the Shadow Fiend over here. The life drain. Yes, it's going to be enough. 17-1 and 12 Pugna. Absolute domination here. Man, guys, focus the tower. Holy crap. This is almost frustrating to watch, I got to say. No one's attacking the tower. Even Warlock, come on. Okay, come on. You got this. Stand uphill first off. Oh, jeez. It's frustrating. Anyways, Underlord goes down. Tower finally goes down. Nice. The Oracle is going to use a false promise on himself. He just went into snipe in. I think the Dire's kind of showing that. They're not even really caring too much. They're just winding down the time right here. As oh, here comes a big Chain Frost, actually. Going to bounce to a bit of creeps. I guess not the biggest because of all those creeps nearby. And they're just constantly resetting here as they're pushing into the base now.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
So now you have the barracks being vulnerable here.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
You're going to look to be taken out. Lich keeping his distance. No Chain Frost, though. Only have 10 souls on Shadow Fiend. He's still trying to finish that Hurricane Pike. Oracle, he's like, you know what? I resurrect so quickly, might as well just keep feeding myself.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
2, 15, and 3. Oh, that's the exact opposite of the Pugna. Ay, that is not good. Oh, they will catch Warlock, actually, so nice kill there, but you see Jonte. He's just going to life drain down onto the Underlord. Is he upgrading the Dagon? He is. He has the 3 levels in his stash. Needs 1 more to make it a level 5. Probably just going to wait to make it a level 5 before he delivers it here. It's like, yeah, they're just so scared of this Pugna. Once again, Decrepify, there's a life drain combo. Oh, they're going to go in as I say that on a Pugna, and he ends up getting dropped, actually. So, Pugna's dead for 70 seconds. Nice little bounty there for Shadow Fiend, who was able to finish off that Hurricane Pike. So, finally the Dire side breaks through and actually wins a fight here at their base. As Centaur, he'll hoof stomp back in, though. Trying to save his teammate. Nick's sitting in that burrow. He's going to be fine for the time being. Trying to get the kill on the Shadow Fiend. Eleonora. Oh, down goes Nick's assassin. No, Shadow Fiend keeping his distance, not attacking with the Blade Mail. And he will actually survive. Down goes Clockwork, and now we see Centaur. He's going to have to run away. Trying to finish a heart, meanwhile. Oh, they're going to Dark Rift in, or Underlord is, I guess. The Pit of Malice is actually going to miss right there. They went the wrong direction. He's going to go for the TP. Oh, my God, he actually gets out. Beautiful escape, though, by the Centaur. And he'll be fine, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting game to watch here as this game has moved on later on. It just seems like as several of the heroes have been kind of throwing themselves at the Radiant, almost figuring that this game might be over. So it might be a little tilt going on, it's safe to say. But, you know, it is only one set of racks. If there's definitely a thing I've learned from watching a lot of the higher tier Dota, at least, is that one set of racks definitely does not mean a victory. Or hell, you know what? Even in pub games, even in my 3K MMR games, having a set of racks definitely does not guarantee the victory by any means. So now having an Oracle with phase boots and a level 1 Dagon, as well as a Blightstone, is just that's not helping your cause, frankly. But point is, you know, anything can happen, right? So Shadow Fiend, he is working on his own BKB now. Oh yeah, Alchemist never actually. What is he doing? He's had the money for a BKB for a while. I was wondering about that because I was like, you know, I didn't see him use that BKB at all throughout those last couple of fights. Oh boy, I do not know what is going on here from Alchemist. Like, he literally has had the BKB, been able to purchase it for a while. Does he just not realize he doesn't have it yet? Hey, is that actually possible? That he just doesn't realize he doesn't have it yet? Or maybe he's just kind of trolling his team. I think he's on tilt. That could be possible too. Let's not doubt that out, ladies and gentlemen. It is Dota after all. How funny would it be if he just farms the whole rest of the game and doesn't buy a single item? And by funny, I mean just sad. Well, his team is trying to still make some plays right here as they're going to go over to Roshan. Double damage, but you look at Nyx. Oh, he's going to be spotted now. He opens up anyways on the Oracle, and he spots the false promise on himself. He won't even do that, but he actually stays alive in the long run. And he goes the Burrow, though, and now here comes the Jur. Down goes the Oracle onto the side. Here comes the Chaotic Offerings ×2, baby, because of the Axe effect. And Lich will end up falling, and then catch Shadow Fiend as well. He's going to go down. They did not have Alchemist with them, so without having Alchemist, there was no way they were going to make a play right there. And look at this. He's not even finishing the BKB. He's switching his mind to a full-on Radiant. Oh, no, this hurts to watch. Oh, this hurts. Alchemist, what are you doing? Just finish your BKB. Literally sitting with the Mythical Hammer and the recipe in his inventory with 4,000 gold. And he decides to buy a Sacred Relic instead.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
I'm really curious what MMR this is now. I do my best not to get like any information on these matches here before I cast them, but man, this is a frustrating one. This is definitely one of the more frustrating ones I've had to cast, watching stuff like this happen. But you know what? He's gonna have a Radiance, I guess. Octarine Core finished on Nyx Assassin. Actually, a nice pickup on him. Manages to get it here at a reasonable time. 35.5 minutes. Go with the Axe. He's level 23, by the way. 120 gold per minute talent. Jeez. That's nice there. And, oh, we see an initiation over here, meanwhile. Cox coming out, but not going to catch it, looks like, although the Stampede was activated. Centaur running in the background. He's trying to live, though. Fate Seeded kind of helping to keep him alive a little bit right there from the other team Oracle. But he ends up going down to the auto attacks. But you see Nyx catches Shadow Fiend in the background. Gets the kill. Alchemist, though, with that Radiance. Burn, baby, burn. Looking to get some more kills. They got 3 already. Going for the 4th one here to Clockwork. The only one not here is that, well, I guess Nyx is here, just hiding in that burrow. Gonna spike Carapace the deck. Gets the kill on a Lich. Can he get another kill on Alchemist, perhaps? Another mana burn? No, nice toggle of the armlet, and now he's running back in, although nice stun. Meanwhile, the Impel comes out. Yes, it gets the kill. The Nyx Axe is too powerful, baby. Who's alive? Oh, it is just the Underlord versus the Nyx. I thought somebody else was still alive. Is Nyx actually gonna win this battle? This is unbelievable. The lockdown here, the mana burn. You see Underlord is pounding away with the auto attacks, but now here comes Oracle. He's going to take a stun right here. Fortune's End, though, comes out. Yeah, I don't think he's getting a kill is the problem is Nyx. He's just kind of living as long as possible. Oh, no. Don't kill Oracle. Oracle, you're going to die. Oh, my God. They finally get the kill. Jesus, that was something to watch right there. So the lulls come out as expected.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures.
And oh, by the way, the racks are still alive. So, why don't they use fortification? Oh, I guess tier 4. Taking a little bit of damage right there. Well, we ain't over just yet. Reset now once again. You have 70-second cooldown here. Resurrection cooldown, that is, on Nyx Assassin. Ags in the works now for Centaur, so it is going to be a full Axe team once he finishes his. Going to be a bit, though. Meanwhile, Ethblade in the works for Pugna. Has that Ghost Scepter. Trying to finish the full on Ethblade. And oh my God, that damage is going to be real. That with the level 5 Dagon, the Decrypify. You got Nether Blast. How much amp does it do? Enemy increased magic damage 60%. Jeez. 60%. So you got a dagger level 5, 800 damage. The Eth Blade, I don't even know how much the Eth Blade is. But I guess it's, yeah, it's based on, so I'm not even going to try to do the math there. The point is, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of freaking burst damage, and that's why he's getting it in this game. So, bottom shrine is going to be dropped here in favor of the Radiant. You see Clockwork, he's trying to bait out with his illusion here. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Trying to work on a Shiva's Guard, actually. Be a good item pickup for him and his team. Alchemist, holy crap, he has a 10-second BKB. Don't worry, guys, Alchemist is ready. 20 minutes later. Shadow Fiend also has his 10-second BKB. So, you know what? Honestly, again, there's hope. I mean, those BKBs are going to be powerful here in this game. Underlord running up front by himself, though, not going to be powerful. He gets caught yet again. He figured they learned the lesson. Apparently not. Fortune's End coming out. We'll save for the time being. Don't know if they're saving in the long run, though. That life drain should eventually kill him. Clockwork goes down, though. Nyx Assassin sitting on that burrow off the side. There goes the BKB onto Shadow Fiend. Where's Alchemist throughout all this? Okay, there he is. He actually still has his BKB. Not going to use it just yet. Centaur, stormed up through, gets the kill onto the Lich. In the background, Chaotic Offering comes down. He needs to pop that BKB. Has he even used it yet? Yes, he finally did, but it doesn't matter at that point. He goes down the burn, trying to finish off Centaur. The buyback on Alchemist. Nice stun, though, onto the Oracle, preventing him from finishing him off. And there you get the Rax kill on both the range and the melee to fall. The Dagon from Oracle, not going to be enough. Take out Centaur. That heart makes him 2 take it. There's that big burst on Alchemist with the level 5 Dagon and the Decrepify. And he's staying at this time. That could all but do it here in favor of the Radiant, as they're just going to make their way to the top lane now and try to finish off the mega creeps up here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm sure Alchemist is saying, GG, well played, a very good game. I made mistakes. You guys did not. You guys were just the better team. That's probably what he's saying right there. It's a good chance, something along those lines. But these racks going to fall down. That will spawn the mega creeps. I do feel a little bit bad for the Star side because, yeah, again, especially the Oracle, 220 and 9. And you know what? It's one thing. They are going up against a very aggressive catch team, and it's understandable you're going to be dying a bit as a support like that against a team like this. But when you go items like Phase Boots into Dagon, you're not helping the cause. So I do not feel bad for you if you do that, frankly. They get Underlord, and that should all but do it. This is now the overtime phase of let's just kind of troll around and burst up those stats here. Okay, well, we'll go center at least. Clockwork coming back in. He's got a Shiva's now.
Middle tower is under attack.
Got that hook shot. There we go. Those are the cogs. Out comes the Shiva's. The Blade Mail returning some good damage, but Clockwork actually, oh, he's going to be fine. Barely walks away in time. Meanwhile, Nyx finishing off Oracle yet again. Now it's the Oracle versus Underlord epic battle, round 2. Clockwork, he is going to be killed. Oh, Nyx actually just runs away, though, and now he's going to go after the Shadow Fiend.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Warlock's like, I'm just going to continue to farm. Don't mind me.
Mine.
Oh, you can port while burrowed? I didn't even know that. Jesus. That's strong, man. Oh, and he's going for a Radiance. Oh, the troll's real. Now, see, they're in the luxury spot, though. If they can go, frankly, any items they want, and it would be just fine. So, Radiance coming out here for Nyx Assassin. Going to be sitting in that burrow of his, just burning people down. Love it. She liked that clever idea. Don't know why he doesn't just get it right here. I mean, he has enough, right? Oh, no, it's 3,800. What am I saying? I thought it was 3,500 for a sec. So, going to just get enough farm to finish it. Meanwhile, there's that Eth Blade finish on Pugna. And so you thought his burst was already pretty insane. Now it's just that much better. 2 times your primary attribute. So we're looking at intelligence, 130 plus 1 plus 48. So it's 178 times 2. What is that? 356 or something like that. And then plus 75. So
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
that's a lot of magic damage. And a level 5 Dagon on top of that. And then the Nether Blast. There you go. That was another ward finishing him off. That wasn't even the Eth play coming out. He didn't even get the chance to use the Eth play there. Decrepify him, do it! Next goes down. Come on, he wants to do the combo. There's the Eth blade. Dagger coming up. Nah, he didn't get a chance to use it. This is just fun to watch, though. Alright, Alchemist dead. He's not buying back again. And this should be the final push now. Ultra kill for Pugna. 27-4 and 22. A little bit skewed because of how much trolling's been going on in this game, but still, impressive performance from Pugna nonetheless. And let's just fight in the well, they say. Let's just do that. Get the Pugna's rampage to top it all off. All right, GG, well played. That will do it. Radiant is victorious. Felt like I'd be saying that for a while. It's just a matter when the game truly would be finished. But yeah, wasn't much hope there for the Dire side. It's unfortunately some poor decision making from items to just the teamwork was not there. But honestly, the positive on the Radiant side, Pugna played fantastic. Overall, as a team, they looked good. Clockwork got some great initiations. Nyx was fun to watch in the Burrow. And a great team effort as a whole by them. So, well played by the Radiant especially, deserving of the victory. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this Cast Me. Once again, I'm BreakyCPK. Be sure to check out my website, BreakyCPK.com. Go to the Cast Me tab at the top for more information if you would like to get your own coverage of your own match. So, until then, guys, I'll see you next time here on Cast Me. Take it easy. Hey guys, BreakyCPK here, and I'm excited to announce my new service I'm offering called Cast Me. Have you ever wanted to have a hype caster cast one of your games, however haven't had the opportunity? Or how about you were just looking for ways to get your team more exposure with a professional feeling broadcast to help? Well, now is your chance, as I will cast a select match of yours, either replay or live, for each of the following games. Dota 2, possibly BKB, but of course that's going to be wearing off. There's one Ravage. Remember, he has a second one. Two still used. Star Spear flies back in the background. They catch Sven actually at half-life. Sven is going to drop right there. The Sunder not even used, actually, by Monkeys Forever here on the Terrorblade. That Metamorphosis, they do kill the melee racks, but at what cost there? CSGO. Peeking. Flame is down. Right on top of him. He jumped on top. Twist goes down. Lekro gets that kill on a Weber, but Lekro will fall to toss it. And, of course, Han. There's the demo jump on a Behemoth. The Shockwave still goes off to the eruption, but he's alive! Earthshatter, meanwhile, is up from Parallax. He does get caught in the Arcane Vortex, though, from Moira. Andromeda will go down. You do see no... For prices and more information, just check out the website, thegoodgeekwife.com, and go to the BreakyCPK Cast Me page, or just click on the link provided. All right. There we go.